Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're just gonna be sitting down, hanging out, chit-chatting, and we're gonna do an anti-haul and wish list. So I saw Jessica Braun doing a video like this a few weeks back, and I thought what a great idea. I've done a couple anti-hauls before, but she incorporates her wish list into it, which I think is also really fun, so you guys can see things that I'm interested in buying and things that I don't plan on purchasing for one reason or another. Nothing personal, of course, to the brands, or if you want to purchase these products, that's totally fine. It's just like, you know, we all have our opinions when it comes to certain makeup products and new products that are out right now. So that is what we're going to be doing. Super chill, laid back video. But I thought, like, what better time than now to do this, because I feel like a lot of us aren't really buying a ton of makeup. It's obviously not a big priority. So I'm not buying as much makeup. Still buying makeup, of course, for certain videos, but not buying as much as what I was before all of this stuff happened. But yeah, that is what we're going to be doing today. I hope you guys enjoy. Also, I want to address the background once again. In my last video, I asked you guys about it. A lot of you guys actually really do like this background. A couple of you guys don't. I apologize. I know, unfortunately, I can't please everybody. This is not 100% permanent. I mentioned in the video that I just moved in here a few days ago into this new beauty room, so I'm still figuring things out. I still have to decorate and purchase a lot of things, so please bear with me and be patient. I'm gonna try to make this as aesthetically pleasing as I possibly can. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Grab a snack and let's get into it. Okay, so I'm bringing out my handy dandy phone right now. By the way, phone case, a subscriber sent it to me, as well as the pop socket. I love it. I love the flowers. And then my t-shirt says Barbie on it, but there's my mic, so let's cover it up. This is actually from TJ Maxx, and I got it before everything went down. Let's get started. I'm gonna start. I have a couple screenshots on my phone, and I was on Ulta and Sephora's website last night on the like what's new arrival section. So let's get into it. First, we have the Tarte Sugar Rush Summer Playlist Eye and Cheek Palette. So Sugar Rush is like a sister brand to Tarte from what I know. The palette looks really cute, but honestly, Tarte is one of those brands that I just kind of forget about. I don't really think too much about it. The last thing that I genuinely really loved from Tarte was probably Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which I feel like there's dupes for that nowadays. Also the Tarte Park Ave Princess like contour palette. But other than that, like I don't have a ton of favorites from them. It's just a brand that I kind of just like I said, like forget about. And whenever they do come out with new products, I feel like it looks like the same stuff kind of over and over again. So it's never really eye-catching or intriguing. And this palette to me is one of those like blah palettes that I could definitely do without. So definitely skipping out on that. They also have another new palette that I actually saw here, but again, it's just kind of like that same vibe. Like I'm just not really interested in it. It doesn't really draw me in, and Tarte for me is just a brand that I don't really think about that much. Next up, we have Florence by Mills. This is another brand that isn't really super intriguing to me. I saw this display when I was going into Ulta in stores like about, I think like a month or two ago. It just was another brand that I kind of just walked past, and I didn't even really stop to look at too many of the things because it looks kind of blah. I feel like you'd really have to convince me to try out some of their products, because just as a whole, it just doesn't look very intriguing. I don't know. And I know a couple people were reviewing this brand. I haven't even watched any reviews or anything, just because I'm really like not interested in it at all. If you guys have tried it, let me know. Watch the products be like amazing, but like for me, like first impressions, just judging a book by its cover, not too intrigued. Okay, adding something to my wish list. This is the Awake Beauty All Day All Night Lip Mask Duo. So you guys know I love me a good lip mask. I'm currently loving the Glossier MangoBalm.com lip balm. Full face of this is coming very soon, but loving that. I'm also loving the Bite Beauty Agave Plus Intensive Lip Mask, and I use that right before bed, and it is amazing. So I'm always down to trying out new lip masks. I'm always trying out new ones. My lips naturally are super dry on their own, so I always have to keep them hydrated before bed, during the day, before makeup especially. So I'm really intrigued by this, and it's like a duo for $15, which I think is really great. I've never tried anything from this brand, so with this brand I'm very intrigued. Looks super cute. Buxom Extrovert Eyeshadow Palette. This, honestly, at first I thought it was a new Anastasia palette because it kind of looks like something that they've done. I'm kind of just super bored with these colors, and I'm super bored with eyeshadows honestly in general. I mean, there are a few that I've been eyeing that I am interested in, but I feel like this kind of color, it's already been done. Like the pop of yellow, pop of blue, a little bit of pink. I have a lot of colors like this in my collection already, and I feel like you can find a lot of stuff like this already from BH Cosmetics, ColourPop, Profusion. You know, there's already brands that kind of have these sort of color schemes going on, so it doesn't really intrigue me too much. The colors to me are just kind of average. Honestly, if it wasn't for like the pop of yellow in here, this would be like a super basic palette. Okay, next up we have the Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 Tinted Moisturizer. I actually tried, I think it was called their 4-in-1 Done Selfie Ready foundation, and I think from what I can remember, I really did like it. I was actually really surprised that the shade range in this is so low compared to their foundation. Their foundation, I believe, had like a lot of shades. This one only has, I think, like 12 to 14 shades. And to be honest, I don't like to spend a lot of money for light coverage because I feel like you can get that at the drugstore, or typically for me, whenever I want something light coverage or I want to keep the makeup really like fresh and natural, I'll just spot conceal and I'm good to go. So for me, things like this, it's just not really worth it to spend a lot of money on it. Like $35, $40, $50 on like a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer. Like you can get that effect, I feel like, elsewhere for a more affordable price. And I know not everybody likes full coverage. That's kind of just like my personal preference. Whenever I'm spending a lot of money on a foundation, I like to spend money on the coverage and like the wearability, how it lasts, all that kind of stuff. So for me, this is definitely a pass. Okay, we have CoverGirl's Clean Fresh line. So they actually have a couple products in this line. This is their Clean Fresh Prep and Set Water Mist, which is like a primer spray, it looks like. And then they also have a Clean Fresh Hydrating Concealer. So I'm actually gonna pass on this entire line because I tested out their Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation. Hated it. Not only was the coverage bad, it was such an oily finish on my skin, and I believe that foundation broke me out. The last time that I used it, I had a really bad breakout, and I usually don't break out from makeup. If anything, I break out from skincare, but I definitely broke out from that. And the second time that I used that, after I did a first impressions video, my skin was burning so bad. I don't know why, but it gave me like a really bad reaction, and just the way that it felt, it wasn't pleasing at all. So I'm gonna steer far away from this Clean Fresh line because for my skin, it just did not work. Although I love a good hydrating concealer and a good primer water spray from the drugstore, I'm gonna pass on these two products. Okay, another product that I'm gonna be adding to my wish list is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Face Powder. So I feel like for summer, it's always good to try out new powders, and I love anything that says primed and poreless. I mean, if you're gonna tell me my skin is gonna be soft, smooth, airbrush, I'm gonna be shine free for 12 hours, I'm sold and I'm gonna purchase it. So the claims on this look really good. It is an expensive powder, but if it does what it says, then I think it's worth it, because powders are always super essential, especially for me in my T-zone. It's about to be summer soon. My skin gets super oily, so I'm always down to trying out a new powder. They also do have a new primer. The primer I'm gonna pass on. I don't really feel like I need a new poreless primer, to be honest. I have so many favorites, so many good ones, drugstore, high-end, and not really necessary, not super intrigued by that. But for me, a powder, like I'm always down for a powder more than a primer, because I feel like I'll definitely get more use out of the powder versus the primer. Another product to add to my wish list is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Setting Spray. So I love IT Cosmetics. I've been loving their skincare lately, and I'm just like a big fan of their like CC cream, and like their products in general work really well with my combo skin. So I'm super intrigued by this. It has good ingredients in it, apparently hyaluronic acid, coconut water, aloe vera extract, and it's supposed to extend your makeup for up to 16 hours. So I'll take their word for it. I'll test it out. I love the Smashbox weightless setting spray, so I'm like, let's try out one from IT Cosmetics, because I don't really like a lot of like high-end setting sprays, to be honest. Like the Smashbox one is like my absolute favorite. Let's talk about I Heart Revolution. So I love Makeup Revolution, or I think it's Revolution Pro. So just like classic standard, they have really great products. Some products I like, some I don't, but I Heart Revolution, the reason I'm always like not really too intrigued by the brand is the packaging. I'm a big packaging person. I don't like when food is related to makeup, like when you have a cheeseburger palette or like a pizza palette. And I think there's another brand that does that, like they're known for that. I don't know about you guys, I just don't like it. I don't want a cheesesteak palette in my collection. Like I want to keep food and makeup separate, and maybe I'm old, maybe I'm too nitpicky, but for me, it's just honestly my personal opinion and like my preference. I just don't like when food is incorporated into makeup. I love like sleek, beautiful, simple packaging. Ooh, I don't know, food and no. And I feel like I Heart Revolution is geared more towards a younger audience, because when I look at it, I think of kids makeup. Like I don't think of like classy, simple, sleek makeup, and it's super affordable. So like I can imagine like a lot of younger people would like it. I think there's only a couple brands that can do food and make it look really cute and classy, and Beauty Bakery is one of them. I love how she incorporated baked goods into makeup. That's super cute. Love that. But when it comes to full on like 3-course meals and you're incorporating that into makeup, I'm not here for it. Okay, we have another wish list product. Okay, so this is the BH Cosmetics Vanilla Cream Truffle 4-color blush palette. BH Cosmetics has my heart. I love BH. Their palettes are incredible. They're such high quality, and I love blush. Like, I cannot do my makeup without blush. I think especially lately, because I haven't been wearing a ton of highlighter, I go to applying more blush and bronzer these days, so I'm just a big fan. I also really like the fact that they do have different colors, so they have like a light one, they have a more bronzy tone one, so for different skin tones. And I love palettes in general because you can mix and match, you can switch up the blush based on your look, what you're wearing, so definitely going to be purchasing those. And we have the Nicole Guerrero and Anastasia Glow Kit. So I really actually like the Glow Kit formula. It is really nice. Even though I just said I'm not super into highlighting, this palette, from what I can remember, it was so soft and pretty. It wasn't glittery, and I like the tones in here because I feel like it's not your traditional highlighting palette. The peachy tones are very wearable, the pinky kind of highlighters. I think it's going to be beautiful for spring and summer. So when I purchased this like 3 years ago, I loved the palette, but I ended up giving it away, I think, or donating it because it was limited edition. And I hate talking about limited edition products on my channel because I want you guys to be able to have the option to go out and purchase things that I'm talking about. I know it doesn't bother some people, but it bothers me. So that's why I ended up donating it. But this time it's here to stay. Even if it is limited edition, I'm just going to keep it just to have it in my collection because it was one of my favorite highlighting palettes. It is so beautiful, super buttery. So we're gonna keep her, we're gonna get her, we're gonna add her to the wish list. Next up we have Anastasia, the mini lip gloss set from them. This I'm gonna pass on. I have my favorite lip glosses already. It's kind of like one of those things where if it's not broken, don't fix it. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of Anastasia lip products. I've tried their liquid lipsticks a couple of times and they're okay, but I'm not like blown away. And I'm pretty sure I tried lip glosses before. I'm not sure if they're switching up the formula or what, but I'm gonna pass. I can do without these. Okay, continuing on with Sephora, we have a Tom Ford lipstick. So I know a lot of people, some people have told me that they're kind of tired of the drugstore videos. They want me to branch out and try out more high-end makeup. And I can do that. I can try out high-end makeup. Fenty, Anastasia, those kind of brands. And I know to some people, those brands aren't technically high-end. Like when you think of high-end or luxury, you think of like Tom Ford, Givenchy, Kevin Aucoin, Estee Lauder, Lancome. I totally understand that. However, Tom Ford, Gucci, these kind of brands, they're a little too bougie for me. Like, I'm all about obviously saving money, drugstore makeup, and I feel like that's kind of what I built my channel on. And I don't mind throwing in more expensive makeup into the mix, like I said, like Fenty, Anastasia, Glossier, like more expensive things. But when it starts getting into like luxury, and I'll even do Charlotte Tilbury because, you know, I've tried a couple of her products and I do like them. But when it comes to like Tom Ford, Gucci, it's just a little too much for me and it's a little too bougie. Like, I'm not bougie at all, and it's too much. So that's why I don't really like to review those kind of brands on my channel. I feel like there are channels who do that, and that's personally just not me. Okay, next up we have Melt Cosmetics. Melt Cosmetics is one of those brands that I've always wanted to try, but I never like felt that like spark to actually try it. If you guys have tried it, let me know. I mean, this eyeshadow palette doesn't look super intriguing, but they have a couple other products on Sephora's website that I was looking at that look pretty good. So I'm like still on the fence about it. So the palette I won't be getting, but they do have some lip products and they have like this highlighter with a skull on it that looked a little intriguing as well. But I don't know, let me know what your thoughts are. I know I feel like they're super known for their eyeshadows. So if you guys have tried them and you think that they're life-changing and you think that I need them, let me know. But for now, I'm kind of like passing and just kind of putting them in the back burner. Okay, next up we have the Benefit Cosmetics Cheek Stars Reunion Tour Blush, Bronzer, and Highlighter Palette. So this, honestly, it's basically like a lot of the single products that they have, just like all into one palette. I loved their Cheek Leader palette. I used it a lot last year and I ended up decluttering it because I don't know if any of you guys are catching on or you figured it out, but I'm in the process of going cruelty-free with my makeup. I didn't want to make a big announcement or anything just because I don't want people to nitpick me and like every little thing that I do. So I'm not saying that I'm 100% cruelty free. I don't want to make that announcement, but I am slowly but surely transitioning. I have transitioned a lot of like my body care products and things like that over the last couple of years, and it's taken me some time because whenever it comes to like big changes, I don't like to just do stuff overnight. I like to do it gradually. So, you know, I'm working on it. Not perfect, but I'm working on it. And unfortunately, Benefit is one of those brands that is not cruelty free. It sucks because they do have really great products, but that's why I'm not purchasing purchasing anything that's not cruelty-free. I wish that all brands were cruelty-free. It's just, it would be so much easier and so much better. I remember Covergirl, like from when I was younger, and I know that they weren't cruelty-free up until November of like 2018. And I feel like they are such a big brand, and if they can do it, a lot of brands can do it. So I'm hoping that in the near future, more brands will be cruelty-free. But in the meantime, I'm gonna just refrain from purchasing things that aren't. So yeah, if you guys have gone cruelty-free, transitioned, let me know any tips, any things that you may have. Like I said, I'm not saying that I am yet. I don't want to make that announcement. I'm not perfect, still working on things. I feel like there's a lot of gray areas when it comes to brands and being cruelty-free and everything. So yeah. Next up, we have Fenty's cream blushes. I am super excited about these. I was actually going to add them to my wish list and purchase them. They also have cream bronzers, which I'm very excited about just because I'm so into cream products these days. And I was gonna purchase, and I ended up getting them in PR this week. So I am very excited about that. I'm gonna be doing an updated Fenty one brand tutorial, and I was waiting on these two products. So I'm super pumped, and I love Fenty. I feel like, to me, that's my favorite brand. Fenty, Anastasia. I just feel like, I don't know, especially Fenty, they just can't do anything wrong. Like, I love the majority of their products. I don't love everything, but they're just great. Like, they just work really well. I love how inclusive they are. They are obviously more expensive, but their products are really like top-notch quality, and I've always been, for the most part, very impressed and very pleased. So yes, very excited to test them out. So look out for that one brand tutorial coming very soon. Speaking of cream products, we have a Tarte Sea Breezy cream bronzer. I feel like to try out this, I would rather try out the Fenty one just because they have more shades. This color also looks super orangey, which I like more of like a brown kind of bronzer. I don't mind a little bit of warm tones, but this one looks straight up orange. Probably pass on this. Again, Tarte for me isn't a really super brand, like where I'm like very intrigued by it. So another pass is the Jouer Essential Hydrating Lip Oil. So let me just tell you about lip oils, because obviously I've never tried this before. But from my experience with lip oils, I've tried the Ulta Beauty like brand's lip oils, and I do not like them. They give me like that white crusty residue ring in my lips. They're super sticky from my experience. They feel nice, they smell good, and they make my lips itch. So I'm like, is there something in here that I'm like, I can't use, that I'm allergic to? So after using those, I've been so like turned off by lip oils. I'd rather use a lip mask. I feel like it feels better on the lips. It's more comfortable, it's more hydrating, and you just get a better result with your lips. So that's why for me, lip oils are out. And I know a lot of people love the Ulta Beauty lip oils, but for me, I don't know what it is. They just don't work with my lips. Last but not least, we have Artist Couture. So they actually came out with some new lipsticks, and they're all nudes. So like, of course, like these are like right up my alley. They also have a new eyeshadow palette, which looks really good. It's like soft and sultry, and I feel like it's different than your typical eyeshadows that are out on the market now, because a lot of them, they're like bright oranges, purples, pops of blues. This one's very soft and sultry. I feel like perfect for like a date night or for every day. So I'm definitely wanting to try this out. I've only tried one product from Artist Couture, and that it was from a BoxyCharm. It was like a loose highlighter, and it was really good, but I'm really intrigued by this brand. I love like the classy packaging. I love just like the whole nude vibe, and it's one of those brands that like I'm definitely drawn into, and I want to experiment a little bit more with their products. So definitely going to be adding the lipsticks and the eyeshadow palette to my wish list for sure. So that is everything for this little anti-haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this super chill video. If there's anything that you guys want me to add to my wish list or you want me to purchase for upcoming videos, please let me know. Leave me a comment. Also, let me know of any products that you guys aren't planning on purchasing as well. Give me your little anti-haul list. And that is it. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.